This is NBA TV's NBA Action. This week we follow King James as he holds court in Cleveland. Plus some happy homecomings, Tim Duncan and St. Croix. John Stockton returns to Utah for the ultimate tribute, while the Nets' Eric Williams is back in his native New Jersey. And as always, we'll have the top 10 plays of the week.
Fires a three.
Got it! Whoa. He hit it! Whoa. He hit it at the buzzer!
Get out! He is unstoppable! You cannot believe what we just saw!
Oh, man, what a dunk!
Tear up that rim, young fella.
Sensational! Ooh, I'm shaking in my chair! Oh, I'm at home!
We begin by taking you into the action in the Eastern Conference with LeBron James and the surging Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers faced their biggest test of the young season when they hosted the defending champion Detroit Pistons.
Cavs, who have won 4 in a row at home, control the opening tap.
And Cleveland got off to a quick start thanks to tough defense at one end and LeBron James at the other.
LeBron James will strike the head to the rack and smash it down hard.
Just exploded to the rim. He gets to the middle and just decides to take it to another level. Unbelievable.
It's the Cavaliers on the attack, and LeBron James serves up another one. About a minute for the quarter. Oh my, LeBron James has 12.
Down by 17 at halftime, Rip Hamilton and the Pistons rallied in the third quarter.
Detroit coming up with a steal. Chauncey Billups, Hamilton.
But this night belonged to LeBron James, who was on a roll and just couldn't be stopped.
Now Eric Snow on the push. Give it up to Drew Good. Wrap around LeBron James for the Cavalier deuce.
Here's James again. Beats Hamilton and hangs the shot up and in. 27 for LeBron James.
Cavaliers by 13 as we approach the 8-minute mark. LeBron James to triple again. Got it! Let's book this one to the Cavaliers. A 92-76 decision over the Detroit Pistons. A 43-point career-high explosion for LeBron James tonight.
LeBron, career-high 43, 15 to 22 from the field. You slipping or what? What's up?
Oh, man, I just had to come out here and play great and try to help our team win, and I was able to do that tonight.
2 nights later, LeBron led the Cavaliers into Boston, and now it was up to Doc Rivers and the Celtics to try and contain him.
Might not be the best player, but he's right there. Right now, he's playing better than anyone in our league, and at 19.
James gets the tip, and we are underway.
LeBron had plenty of help from Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Drew Gooden. The 3 front-court starters played as one cohesive unit, combining for 73 points.
Want to get it back to LeBron, and they do. Oh, what a pass. What a nifty pass. They get it to James. He gives it up to Ilgauskas. All right, let's see what the Celts call on the inbounds play. They got 6 seconds. Needed 2 for a tie, 3 for a win. Comes into Pierce. Pierce, tough shot, blocked. Ball game.
It was some tough stops. I mean, they got a tough group of guys with them, and they battled. We battled. We wanted to get the win. You know, they swept us last season, and we got it, so we're happy.
The Cavaliers carried their momentum back home the next night to take on Chicago.
Tonight, they're looking for their 9th win in their last 10 outings. 6 straight if they're successful here at home, and obviously this team playing with a world of confidence right now.
Cleveland would dominate the Bulls as they never trailed in the game, and their young superstar just continued to soar.
James will push it on Heinrich. LeBron James swooping to the hoop. James with 1. LeBron James for 3. Got it at the first half buzzer.
James, the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, also achieved a milestone.
LeBron James fading away, filling it up. And that young man now has 2,000 points in his young NBA career, and he is the youngest in NBA history to reach the 2,000-point barrier
they're pulling for one another. And when we need it, somebody's stepping up. And that's what's most important, is that we keep this thing rolling.
Now we take you back into the action as the Spurs' Tim Duncan heads back to the place where it all began. The Virgin Islands has always been known for its beautiful beaches, incredible sunsets, and irresistible charm. Tourism draws millions of visitors, but its most famous export is a product of St. Croix, who became an NBA champion.
Looking back, I really grew up in a very great location, a small community. You know a lot of people know you, and but it's a lot of fun because you have the beach atmosphere, you can go everywhere and you kind of know people, and so it's very relaxed, very personal.
Excuse me, Mr. Duncan, I could get your signature, please.
What's up, my man?
How old are you? You're 5? How old are you?
11.
I'm 27.
Fun and personal is just how Tim likes it whenever he pays a visit back home. It's exactly what you'd expect from a Crucian.
And a person who's born in St. Croix is called a Crucian. Okay, so that's what we are. Those of us who are born and live in St. Croix are referred to as Crucians.
Crucian. You gotta say it like that, Crucian.
A Crucian person is a person that has been taught to work hard, study hard, get in school and get your studies under your belt.
My parents were so into that, just making sure you work hard, make sure you concentrate so much on school and be the best at what you're doing. And knowing that even if you've reached a level, there's no level you can reach, so you got to push yourself even harder. I think that's something instilled in my sisters and I from young, and I think we've lived by that.
Even with his strong work ethic, few could have predicted that young Tim Duncan would someday make it to the NBA. Growing up, basketball was the last thing on his mind.
I always remember him as being a skinny little boy, always shivering, and he came from the pool over there. Even though it would be 85 degrees, temperature, I would go to pick up my kids, and he would be there skinny and shivering.
A lot of people used to look down on him because they just used to say he was tall, and he never used to dunk as much.
This is where Tim lived. This is where he grew up as a child until he left to go to college.
He was into video games. I'd ride by his house, and I'd try to, you want to go bike riding? But nah, he'd be inside playing like Nintendo 64 and stuff like that.
Tim and his sisters, they would go out in the pasture land and go and climb the guinea trees.
Like most other kids in St. Croix, Tim always loved being near the ocean. So at an early age, his mom started taking him to the country day pool and signed him up for swimming lessons.
Timmy started out like a lot of our kids down here, probably at 5 or 6 years old, all right, and he took to it, he enjoyed it. His sister was swimming at the same time. She's a little bit older than he was, and he took to it like a fish to water. This is a picture of our national team back, I believe, in 1988, and we just took a quick team picture. We're getting ready to go to a swim meet in Santo Domingo. And this is Timmy in the very, very corner. And this is his sister next to him. You can see Timmy, he's real shy, and he's kind of peeking over the girl in front of his shoulder.
To swim anywhere from 5,000 meters to 8,000 meters a day.
Driven by his sister's success, Tim continued to push himself in the pool, and his mother became his biggest fan.
My mom would go to work at night and come home and still take us to our swim meets and still be up all day cheering us on, and that's the kind of person I was around. I was brought up by, and when you're around that, you got no excuses to make.
Timmy's about 12 years old, and we're swimming in a swim meet in Mission Bay in Florida. And Timmy is a little bit bigger, even to the stateside kids. Well, Timmy came in, and he just swam his heart out. That was Timmy's competitiveness back then. Well, Timmy gets out of the pool, and we're all congratulating Timmy because he made the qualifying time. Next thing over the loudspeaker comes Tim Duncan, the Virgin Islands, just set a U.S. top 16 time for his age group. At that point in time, we felt we had something special.
But while young Tim was setting records, he would eventually leave his swimming career behind and head off to basketball stardom in the United States. Time now for NBA.com, beginning with a tribute in Utah for a Jazz legend. In the 1984 draft, the Utah Jazz selected a little-known point guard from a small school, John Stockton of Gonzaga.
I'd like to say I'm very excited at the possibility of playing with the Utah Jazz.
Cross court right to Danley, stolen by Stockton. Jazz on the move. Down the left side, he's got the mailman.
Joining Karl Malone to form a devastating duo, Stockton became the NBA's all-time leader in steals and assists. He retired in 2003, and last week the Jazz honored John by retiring his jersey.
Thank you for those championship flags, every one of them. You had something to do with. We hope that your future is very bright, but let's hope that someday you come back here to us.
The number 12 goes up here in a few minutes. I want you all to take pride in it because you all had something to do with it. You came every night. You cheered for us every night. And I know I felt welcome every day I played out here. This is home. Thank you.
Hubie Brown's coaching career began in the ABA. He would then go on to success in the NBA, guiding the Atlanta Hawks, the New York Knicks, and most recently the Memphis Grizzlies. Last season, Hubie led Memphis to a dramatic turnaround, a 50-win season.
For the Grizzlies, they are in the playoffs for the first time in their franchise history.
Brown won the 2004 Coach of the Year award, but last week announced he was retiring from the Grizzlies. Hubie cited health reasons and said it was time for him to step back from the demands of coaching.
I need, on a daily basis, an energy and a stamina. And then with me, it's a spirit. See, they're the things that drive me into the passion that you have for your game. Well, one day you wake up, you don't have that. And that's when you got to understand that that's the time you got to walk. I wanted the people of Memphis for how you have come in and did our team and your faith in them. I would just like to thank my wife and my family because they've been incredibly supportive. It's been an incredible run, but you can't do these things without them.
Now we spotlight the NBA's first player from Japan, Yuta Tabusi, in this week's I Love This Game. Last season, Yuta Tabusi was invited to training camp with the Denver Nuggets, but the diminutive point guard wasn't able to win a spot on the roster. This year, however, Yuta's dream of making the NBA finally became a reality when he signed a 2-year contract with the Phoenix Suns.
It's good for me and for Japanese people because I'm the first Japanese NBA player, so, I hope that, Japanese people get excited about me, and I need to keep playing hard.
Since he arrived in the NBA, Japanese fans and reporters have been following Yuta's every move. His success has become a major story in his homeland, where he's being hailed as one of Japan's sports heroes.
Yuta, great. I always mess with him about his following that he got. Everybody, here to see him. He's a superstar over there. He's the first one to ever make the NBA from Japan, and I'm sure it's a huge deal.
It's an honor for Utah to be a pioneer for his country in the sport and in the NBA. It's exciting to have someone from Japan, inaugurate their presence in the NBA, and hopefully for him, he'll have a chance to really develop and get better and better.
Tabusi for three. How about that?
Tabusi has quickly earned the respect of his son's teammates, not just for making history, but also because of his impressive skills.
He's a good player. He's a true point guard, which is saying a lot these days. There's not too many out there, and he's smart. He's a good transition player. He uses his quickness and his decision-making as huge assets for him and our team.
This team likes to push the ball, on the fast break, which is good for me because my basketball style is pushing the ball. This is great. I'm glad to play here, in this level. I'm glad.
Now we join Eric Williams, a native of Newark, New Jersey, who came home to play for the Nets in this week's timeout.
What does it feel like being back in New Jersey now? I mean, you went from Boston to Denver, back to Boston, to Cleveland.
Crazy.
And now you're here in your hometown.
Right.
What does it feel like?
In this league right here in the NBA, you never know what's going to come to you tomorrow. So I'm always dreamed about it, and now I got my family, and I'm getting bombarded by 100 tickets every game, and but it's good to be there after the game and be able to go back home and see your family and stuff after the game. We're gonna ride around. We're gonna go to where I grew up at as a youth, So we're gonna do that. This was my mom's first accomplishment. This whole time I've been here for ever since I was in 11th grade. I mean, it was the happiest time of her life. You know what I mean? I told her we ain't gonna never get rid of it. So when my family, who ain't doing too well, they come back here. They stay here for a couple, week, 3 weeks, 3 months until they get back on their feet. Oh, that surprise! That's my cousin Abdullah. That's my brother right there. That's where everybody, who need to stay. And my family need a place to stay. They stay here. We got 3 bedrooms upstairs, and we got a basement. That's my little cousin right here. It's all good.
She smiling for the camera.
Yeah, our family is tight. We all come together when it's time to, and we from Newark, man.
You have such an allegiance to Newark. I mean, I understand. Tell me if it's true. You have a huge tattoo on your back?
Yeah.
Is that true? And what does it say?
Prince of Newark. Prince of Newark,
Is that what you feel like? You feel like the Prince of Newark?
Well, we all, what our experiences are, My pops was murdered. My brother was in prison, so my mom couldn't afford $45 rent. I was the only one left. My mom went to school in the morning. She worked at night. So I was pretty much the man in the house, and I was 11, 12 years old. So, I took all those experiences and I tried to embody all of them inside me and just, use that as the motivation to continue to keep going. What's up? Sharok, you don't remember me? Huh? How you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Remember we used to be in your class right there? I was the only one paying attention to you too.
That's how you moved up.
That's how I moved up, right?
Not seeing you, take it easy.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? So, hey, how you doing, man? Oh, y'all friends, no doubt, yo. Hey, he's home. Take these pictures. Take these pictures. You gotta get these cats, yo. Let's go this way, man. These hallways don't got so small since I've been in here. So this right here, the home of the Bulldogs right here. Yo, this is my coach right here, baby.
How y'all doing?
This is who taught me all the fundamentals, man.
Right.
And tore me down. And
right.
built me back up and tore me down some more. This is my home right here, man. This is where it all started out. What's up? What's up, Big Daddy?
He don't work hard, E.
You don't work hard?
No. I kicked him out of practice the other day.
Hey, on some real, I got kicked out of practice. I got kicked out of practice too, like 4 or 5 times, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it can be unbearable, you know what I mean?
50 laps over there, let's go.
Let's go.
1,
Let's go.
2, 3.
Bulldog.
Go ahead, let's go. Go ahead, Captain.
This gym used to look so much bigger than me, man. Oh,
yo,
yeah?
hey, yo, 50 laps.
Malcolm X, baby. We out.
What's the most important thing you think you bring to this team?
Experience. I've been through a lot of situations. I've been on a lot of different teams, and I can give them just the experience and just keep going on. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I'm pretty much just trying to help them out as much as I possibly can because we got a lot of young guys. This is where I started playing my ball at.
This is the hole?
This is the hole right here, man.
Tell me about the hole.
You know what? They say you can play in the hole, you can play anywhere. All this stuff used to be packed, sitting on the rail, guys all up around here. Ladies, this was the joint right here, you know what I mean? So the court was tight, you know what I'm saying? We were playing a full court. So you got 10 men out here on this tiny court trying to play basketball. It was tough, man. That's where I got all those little spin moves from, because you had to, you know, there wasn't a lot of room to operate, you know what I'm saying?
You come back here, do you kind of feel like that same little kid, 17-year-old kid in a grown man's body?
Especially right now. I mean, every time I come home, man, it's like, it's always good, because I call it, I need to get re-energized, you know, because I be so extended out all the time on the road, here and there. I just need to get home, refuel, and then I'm ready to go back out again.
Now it's time for the top 10 plays of the week in our NBA TV countdown. Starting at number 10, the Raptors get it to Vince Carter just in time.
It's caught by Carter, turns, shoots, bam! Vincent Lamar Carter!
At number 9 is this dazzling display of teamwork by the San Antonio Spurs.
And here comes Beno Udrih after the rebound, and then Ginobili to Duncan. What passing! My goodness!
At 8, the Pistons run the inbounds play to Rip Hamilton for the game winner.
Prince comes under to Hamilton. He scores with 1.3 left. And Miami is taking a timeout as Detroit leads by 1.
Coming in at number 7 is some razzle-dazzle on a run by Chris Webber.
Oh, my goodness. Chris Webber. Spectacular play. Webber around the world.
At number 6, Fred Jones shows why he's the reigning slam dunk champion.
Fred Jones with the step. Well, Fred Jones.
At 5, the Raptors clear the runway for this flight by Air Canada.
Carter. And their proliferation punctuated by this ferocious stuff.
At 4, with the Wizards down 3 in the final seconds, it's up to Jarvis Hayes.
Jarvis Hayes fires a 3.
Got it!
Whoa.
He hit it!
Whoa.
He hit it at the buzzer! Oh my, what a shot by Hayes to tie it at 103!
At 3, in overtime of the same game, Allen Iverson steals the spotlight.
Iverson stole the ball! Iverson stole the ball! And he scores! And how do you like that?
Checking in at number 2, the Hawks were ready to fly, but Dwayne Wade flew higher.
Driving on Wade.
Oh, what a block by Dwayne Wade! Incredible! Meeting at the summit, won by Wade.
And the number 1 play of the week comes from the Spurs' Brent Barry and Devin Brown.
Brown with a steal. To Barry. Looking to Brown!
That was special. Special players, special pass, special finish.
That's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. Last week, fans on NBA.com said that this alley-oop from Chucky Atkins to Kobe Bryant was the number 1 play of the week, and it's certainly worth another look. Remember, you can vote for your favorite play all season long by logging on to the league's official website, NBA.com. I'm Spiro Ditas for NBA TV's NBA Action. See you next week.